Hey everybody, welcome to GGS Railways. My name is Greg. This is my YouTube channel. Alright, who's ready to do an unboxing? Alright, we got quite a few things, but we're going to do them one at a time, one video at a time. So if you see me wearing the same shirt, I do change shirts. I just got a lot of stuff to unbox and we're going to try to do them, not fast, but I mean, you know, all at the same time. So alright, let's get to it. Waving this knife around like I don't have any sense. Alright. I always find the dullest knives. Anybody ever notice that? So somebody said that you need to cut away from you. Yeah, well, that's helpful if you have a sharp knife. Alright. Well, I got it open anyway. So alright, looks like there's a note from the seller here. Hopefully it doesn't say something like soccer. Alright, it says, thank you for your purchase, Dave. Alright, Dave, thank you. So, alright, we got these styrofoam peanut dealies here that I'm not real fond of, but, you know, whatever. So, let's get this out of the box. Now, I've ordered several things. Like I said, we're going to be doing several videos tonight, so I'm not sure what this is, but I'm hoping that it is the, oops. Oh, I put away the knife too soon, didn't I? Let's see here. Yeah, whoever did the comment probably just shrieked in terror. Oh my God, that boy is terrible with the knife. So this is not actually what I thought it was, but this is cool. This is actually very cool. This is one of the last things I ordered. I didn't even expect this to be here already. So this is actually an American Flyer. It's a diesel. And I don't recall if this guy said he was functional or not, but you know, we're going to put him on the track here in a minute and we're going to check it out. I believe that's all that's in this box. Just going to root around and make sure that, you know, there's not any, you know, parts or whatever. Yep, that's it. So, all right, I'm going to get this zoomed in. We're going to take a look close together. We're going to get this knife closed because I'm making y'all nervous, making me nervous. All right, let's do it. Okay, so I got you nice and zoomed in here. Let's see, let's put a placeholder so I can tell where the camera can see. So I do remember a little bit about this. This was one of my late night eBay purchases. Being an insomniac sometimes comes with consequences, or having an insomnia episode. There you go. So I remember that this guy, I think it said it was repainted, and I think it said it had a sticking E-unit or needed some repair. So we will check that out here in a minute. But you know what? This guy's pretty sharp. So Vinyl 1551. I have no idea what year that would be. I do know it's got the couplers, the later style couplers. So that's a clue. So all right, that's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna take this in the train room here in a minute, and we will see what it does, if anything, and we will go from there. How about that? Okay, guys. So when I put this guy on the track, he immediately just threw the breaker out. So that means we've got a dead short in this locomotive somewhere. I've had some experience with these diesel American Flyers before, not this exact one, but generally speaking, the problem is a worn out insulator. But let's see, I'm probably getting ahead of myself. So there's that. We'll put this screw back here. Maybe we won't lose it. So all right. So just to verify that I'm not losing my mind here, give this guy some power. We'll see what happens, and we do in fact have power. It's not the way you should test it, by the way. I think I'm going to turn this guy on his side, which may or may not work. So all right, let's see what we have here. Oops, that's not the correct. Oh, here's the pickups here. Go, Greg. All right. So he's working now, but let's see. Let's see if he continues to work. If I no, he's still working. Okay, I can't explain that. Maybe I can't explain that. No, I can't explain it. Well, that is very strange. Oh, yes, I can explain it. That should not work that way. Okay. Yeah, there's the problem right there. So, all right. Well, that's an interesting problem. I've never had this problem. See, that shouldn't be getting... There's too many places for it to get power. That should not be happening. So I think my original guess is still correct. I think that this fiber bushing right here is bad. So let me get back out my soldering iron that I just took back apart, or that I just took out, and let's see what we see. I don't see the, oh yeah I do, I see this. I hope my head's not in the way. It probably is though. Let me take this snap ring off first. Let's see what we can see. Alright, the snap rings off. These snap rings have a bad habit of wanting to snap. I hate those snap rings. Alright, let's get this solder loose. These bushings, these insulators, whatever you want to call them, probably are no good, but we'll see here in a minute. Let's get this apart. There's an awful lot of them. So I think once we get this off, we will find that is going to be the problem. Alright, let me get the soldering iron out. Okay, while the soldering iron heats up, I'm going to point out something that I know only because I did it. This little bulb, this blob of solder right here should not be this large. It needs to be just a dot on top, and probably that's connecting to our little retainer here and rubbing these bushings, and that's likely what is wrong, because like I say, I've done that myself before. So let's see if the soldering iron is warm enough or what we need to do. Okay, so I can't seem to get my soldering iron to get hot enough to melt this solder. It's pretty good solder. So what I might do is I might cut these, because I can certainly use the other solder to get them back on there. If this doesn't work here in a moment, but it just doesn't look like it's going to get hot enough to melt that solder. So, okay. Alright, well, there's more than one way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the wires, and that will allow us to get to where we need to get to. Alright, so here's the bushings that are supposed to insulate, and as you can see, they have pretty much had it. And here is our front truck. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all this excess solder off of here. I may not be able to melt it, but I can certainly cut it. And I think that will help us. From experience, I can tell you that this is problematic like this. So, alright, I got it off, I do believe. So, here we go. See a problem with that. Let's see if we can. It actually looks like pieces of the bushing in with the solder, so that makes me wonder if somebody had a little bit of a time with this guy. So all right, so what we ought to do is we ought to get out the ohms meter. We ought to make sure that this is connecting where we want it to and nowhere else. Let's do that. Okay guys, I got the continuity meter out here, and let's see if I can get this to sit up, maybe, so you guys can see too. That's the plan. Don't know, don't know how well that plan will work, but All right, well, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. So, on this guy, this little peg should only go to here. At worst, it should only go here and here, but never here. But these wheels are connected together, so really, it should just go to that pin. So let's see, that was a lot of explanation for, for who knows. So all right, we do have connection there. And we do not have connection to the wheels. So what I originally thought is probably correct. We just were grounding from the body there, I believe. I did see something just a minute ago that sparked a little bit of concern, so let's try this again. This going to, oops, I don't know if you can see it, but it's going to that wheel intermittently, I believe. It should not be. So let's see. As long as it's not going to that one, we'll be okay. Okay, it should not be going to this one. We've got a problem here in this chassis. So, all right, let's take it apart. Let's see what we got. That is not the way that goes. So, okay, I've never done this before. This is gonna be fun. So, all right, let's see. Looks like 4 screws. I think we can do that. I think we can handle that. So, there's 1. Don't have a parts cup. I suggest if you're going to do this that you have a parts cup. Do as I say, not as I do, or however that goes. So I'm trying to get this out, and it's not being real cooperative so far. Looks like that screw's stuck in the chassis, which is okay. Don't think it's going to hurt anything, but I had expected it to come out. So it's going to come out. So, alrighty. Last but not least, screwdriver is a little bent. I can't see very well. Neither one is quite possible. So, that's interesting. This screw seems to be a smaller size. Is that really even possible? Wow. Okay. Well, let me go get another bit. Wow. Had not ever seen that before either. Wow. Lots of firsts here. Alright, guys. So I found a smaller screwdriver bit, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to take this apart. Now, notice that this one was a little loose. So I'm going to keep that guy a little separate because he may be a different screw of some sort for some reason. Or it may just be that he's had a hard life and the slot got messed up a little bit. So, alright. This just comes off of here. The screw did, in fact, come out that was stuck in there, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. So, okay. This is very interesting. So, the peg comes down to here, and this is steel. So all of this is going to connect unless it has an insulator on one of the wheels. And looks like I see an insulator here, and it looks like I see an insulator here. I think what has happened is somebody has reversed these wheels. Let's see. So the connected end should be on this end and not this end, because this is the side that the pickup is on for the track. So let's see what we got here. I think we may have just solved it. Alright, so this guy and this guy, yes, we have contact there. And then this guy and this guy, no contact there. But we do have contact there. That is what has happened. Somebody has put this wheel in here backwards, and that is the problem. Well, you know, that's the kind of problem I like. That was pretty simple, actually. All right, we still have this bushing here to deal with, though, so that may that may still give us some grief, depending upon how this one works. I've had others before where this was very critical, then I've had others yet where it wasn't critical at all. So, all right, let's put this back together. I believe this guy went like this because I didn't turn them around. And this little guy definitely went here because we had to get a smaller bit. So, all right, let's see what we can do here. I'm not going to tighten them all up just in case it needs a little wiggle room to get everything situated. So, all right. That is very interesting. I wonder what scenario that happened. Was somebody lubricating it and they got it in there reverse. I don't know. I don't know any other way to say that. Reverse is the way it should have been, because, like I say, only one of the wheels is insulated, and it was on the wrong side of the track. So that's why it was a little confusing to me when we hooked it up to power, and it had power, but it had power because it couldn't contact both sides of the track at once because it wasn't on the track. So I hope that made sense. So all right, we get this tightened up. I think my first clue was when this guy was loose. So all right, not gonna get it like crazy, but we get it enough to where it doesn't fall out. So okay, that should be good. So let's just make sure that we're still where we need to be here. And I'm going to try to hold this to where you guys can see. No promises. So that's the contact right there. And yep. And yep. So it should be nope. Should be no change in the meter. So that's good. That was the problem. The wheels were reversed. So that's very interesting. So all right. So when we hooked it to power, I noticed that it only hummed. So while that may be the only problem with the power, we probably have some other type of issue here. Get these wires stripped back a little bit if I can, and hopefully I can. I think I can. Well, maybe I can't. There we go. Need just a ton, but it'd be nice to have a little bit to work with, I think. So my head may be in the way here. I do apologize. This is not the most ideal workspace here. So when we get the new place, I bet we have something a lot cooler than this to work with. So, all right, here we go. So, okay, I am curious. Put this out of the way for the moment and forget about that issue, and let's get the transformer back in the picture here, and let's see what happens when we give it some power. Now, these E units, in order to work properly, they have to be up and down. So the fact that it was clicking earlier may not mean anything, because I think we had it on the side. So let's see what happens here. Still just a click. So this may, E unit may in fact be not great. Oh, there it goes. So all right, I think the only problem was, well, the only problem, the main problem was that those wheels were in there. Now this guy sounded like a thrashing machine, so we're going to definitely open him up. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's some definite rust there. Let's open this guy up and see what he needs. I don't want to tear him up just because I want to play with him, but I do want to play with him. So, all right, hand is probably thoroughly in the way there. Let's see what we can see here. Let's Little guy looks like he's had kind of a life too. I seem to kind of tend to end up with the toys that need a little extra love. Actually, I'm cool with that. I like that. Alright, so this guy, I think is going to need some grease. I don't know if I have any grease or not, but I guess we're going to see. Yeah, actually, I think I do. Alright, let's open this up, and hopefully it doesn't look like what I think it's going to look like. Actually, that's not bad. I see some white lithium. So, alright. Gear looks okay. It just looks like it's been quite a while since this guy has run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some additional grease, some additional lubrication in there. And we will go from there. Of course, we'll make sure that we don't get the wheels on backwards like they did. We'll do that before we get it back together. Alright, let me go find some grease. Okay guys, so I found some white lithium grease. This is quite old, but I think it'll work just fine. It's more yellow than it is white, but it's okay. It is okay. It's nice and lubricating-ish. So, alright. There's that guy, and squirt some in there. Don't want to just go crazy, but that may have gone crazy, but that's okay. That's good. Didn't mean to get it turned over there. Alright, so let's go with the next one. And then before we put it back together, we'll make sure that I didn't get the wheels in here backwards, or else we'd have the same problem that we had all over again. So, alright. Some grease. Looking good. Alright, yes, I do like that. Very good. So, alright, let me get my voltmeter out here, and we will make sure that we have the correct orientation of the wheels here, because otherwise it's not going anywhere again. So, alright, so let's see. So this and this should go together. Oops, which it did. And then this and this should go together, which it does. This should be insulated, which it is. Alright, looks like we are good to go. I didn't think I'd mess that up, but you know. I do have my moments sometimes. I'm going to take some of this excess white lithium and just put it on this little gear. It'll spread itself out. Alright, obviously the coupler will go towards the end there. Otherwise, we couldn't couple anything. That wouldn't be much fun. Wouldn't be much of a train. Alright. This one down in here, and once again, I apologize if my hand is in the way, and it probably is. Not the most ideal workspace here. It's kind of a makeshift thing. I usually do it on the other side, but I've got it full of trains, and that's quite a problem to have, I'd say. Alright. I was fixing to say something, but I would have jinxed myself, so I'll say it here in a minute. No, I'll just wait. Because I don't like problems. Alright. I didn't feel like it went in there correctly, but I think it did. Very good. And last but not least, we got this one, which for whatever reason is being a little bit of a pain. Uh-oh. So, alright. What I was fixing to say almost came to fruition. So, I'm glad it didn't. Alright. That's what I was going to say, and then I stopped and didn't because I didn't want to jinx it. It's that I hadn't lost any of these little screws because they are easy to lose. They were quite small. Alright. That looks pretty amazing. So let's see if it sounds any better. I want to get some of that white lithium up here too, because I don't think this guy is running in a little while. I think he is. Been sitting for a little while with a misdiagnosed thing, because I think the guy I got it from said it ran for a minute, which would have never been possible, and he thought it was the E unit, but unless you can think of a way that a dead short can make it run, I think that was probably, he was mistaken on that. How about that? There we go. That looks pretty good. So let's try some more power, see if it sounds any better. Of course, sometimes I sound a little funky when they're not on the track anyway, so it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Let's see, I'm going to go to about half power here. So let's see. So I got this guy here, and then this guy here. I do realize my head is probably in the way. I'm working on it. So, alright, and then this should make it go. Uh-oh, stuck on something. I think I'm stuck on the chassis. I don't think I quite have it quite right here. Alright, that should work. Oh, that's better. It's not great, but it's better. It's not full speed. So what we might do, we might take a look here and see what the armature looks like, and it looks filthy. All right, let's get the fiberglass pencil out. We want to get this as good as we can, because you know you want to have your trains in A1 shape, right? All right, let me go get that fiberglass pencil. Okay, so I got out a little bit of contact cleaner and the fiberglass brush between the two. I ought to be able to get this guy a little cleaner than he currently is. This may be a little bit of a challenge to, no, it's not. It's okay. Not bad. So, all right, that's actually working really well, really quickly. So, good old fiberglass pencil. If you don't have one of these, you should get one. So, I don't know. Can you see in there? Pretty nice and shiny now. The brushes look good. I don't think this guy has been run a lot. I just don't think he's been well taken care of. I mean, you never know when that wheel may have gotten reversed, or why even. So, all right. So I'm interested to see if the power is a dead short between the frame and this other contact, because if it is, then we definitely need to address those bushings. If it's not, we don't, and it is. All right, so that's an issue. That's a problem. Okay, so proceed with caution. All right, so get this guy back in here for starts. So I believe this is some sort of insulator right here. Don't think this is connected, but let's get our tester and let's make sure that that's a correct assumption. Because otherwise, I'm not sure how it would work. So it almost has to be. So, all right, yes, there is no power between those two. So, all right, cool. All right, good news. So let's go ahead and put this back in here like we were saying we're going to do. Now, the challenge is going to be to find something like this that probably is not already worn out, because I don't think these are going to work. I think these are probably too worn out, too burrowed out to be effective. Let's see. What could we do? Let me think about it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I found a rubber washer that may or may not work on here. The only thing that I see that might keep this from working is the hole, maybe just a little too small to make this little snap ring work. So I'm going to try, probably unsuccessfully, but I'm going to try to make this hole a little larger, and we'll see if that's a good idea or if we get to start over with something else. So, honestly, I don't know because I've never done this before. So, alright, we definitely have a larger hole now, and that may very well work. So let's try it. We don't have a lot to lose here. So let's see. Get this guy to go on here. These little snap rings are a big pain to get on here. Not so much to get on here, but to get on here without them breaking. So let's see. What did it do with the screwdriver? Wow, such good plans. Such good planning ahead. There it is. Alright, I wonder if maybe pliers might be a better option. You know, that's how I busted one before, so let's try this instead. Alright. Can't tell if this is gonna work or not. Honestly, I don't think so. Well, bummer. I think that was a good idea, just not quite what we needed. So, alright. Back to the drawing board. Okay, so I put the original cardboard, whatever they are, insulators back in here. Let's just see by some small chance if they may actually work. Not giving it a lot of, well, you know, it appears to work. So, alright, let's, I think that's gonna work, guys. Alright, well, it's kind of a surprise to me because I really didn't think that was gonna work. Alright, well, then the next step is to get it soldered back up. Should be substantially easier to solder it with the newer solder than it was to get off the older solder, which I wasn't even able to do because my soldering iron simply wasn't hot enough. Okay, so let's get out some flux. I want to fix both ends of this pretty good. And that's right, my head's in the way, probably was. Let's see, where's the other, there it is, and the wire. Alright. See if this feels like being cooperative or just a big old pain. It could go one of either ways, so we'll see here in a minute. Alright, let's try this. Uh-oh, that's the wrong lid. Alright, so we got the solder. And soldering iron should very easily melt this particular solder. Let's see, yes, indeed. Just gonna put a little blob there, just to attach everything to. Come down here with our wire. Get the wire kind of warmish, and so yes, I think it's quite on there like I want just yet. It's getting there though. Didn't mention my soldering iron's not the best. It's not alright. We may need some more solder. My fear is if we get too much on here, it's gonna give us a dead short again. Although that turns out it wasn't actually the problem. It was the wheel was on backwards. So, had we known that, we probably would have even had to take this apart. So, okay, let's see. That sounded good, I think. That looks good. Alright, I think it's on there pretty good. Alright, let's let that cool down a minute. And we'll give it a little bit of a test here. See how we did. While we're waiting, let me just take this fiberglass pencil and clean these pickups up a little bit. They look a little rough. So this guy's not that great. They kind of work, but not like I'd like them to. So let's see. Clean up the wheels too. It's kind of interesting that it has that dual way of picking up. I had not known that. I don't know if they're all like that, but I had not known that until this one. So I'm going to have to turn that to get this to go. That's the sound that we heard earlier, that gear is not designed to be that far, that turn that far. Get some of this off because it will get on the track. Then we'll have a whole other fun issue to play with. All right, so if with any luck at all, we should have now a functioning locomotive, maybe. All right, so this guy looks like he's ready to get put on the track, and let's see what he does. All right, everybody, I got this guy on the track. I haven't put the body on there just yet because, you know, we want to test him out. We want to look for arcing and any other possible problems where we that one truck comes in and we kind of tried to insulate it there, so we want to look for that. But I think we're good. Haven't tried it out just yet. I like to try things with you guys, so let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Give it a little power. If it shorts right back out, we'll know that we did not fix it. Hey, that's pretty good. All right, well, I'm liking that quite a bit. Let's give this guy a few times around the track and watch for arcing, and then we'll put the body on. This guy runs pretty good. I think I have him at about half throttle right now. We might crank him up a little bit, see what happens. I think there's a lot we could do to hurt it. Wow, that runs really nice. All right, well, for sounding like a thrashing machine just a few minutes ago to nice and smooth here, I'd say that this was pretty good success. So let's stop it and let's put the body back on, and maybe we'll actually put a train behind it, see if it can pull a train. What do you think? Good idea? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, everybody, I have the body on the American Flyer that we just repaired and got some cars behind it. I feel pretty confident this guy's going to do pretty well. I looked it up in the book, and it doesn't appear that there was ever a American Flyer 1551, so this has probably been renumbered. American Flyer went through a number of iterations, including one error where it was some Lionel production. This may very well be that. I don't know. I don't have any way of knowing that right offhand. If I find out later, I'll certainly let you know. In any case, I've talked enough. Let's get this guy going. Let's see what he's going to look like. I'm going to run him with something that you may or may not have seen before, because I'm working on the video right now, so I'm not sure what the order that everything will come out is, but I'm going to run this blue marks that I just got. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. Somebody's repainted it blue. It's actually quite stunning. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to run some trains. Let's do it. Alright, well, that guy just starts really smoothly, runs really nice. It'd be hard to complain about that at all. So once again, that's about half throttle, so that's about right. I'm really happy to have this going. I have the other American Flyer. I have what is it, the American Flyer version of the Blue Comet, and then I also have the Red Santa Fe set. So this is a nice newer edition. Runs really smooth. I like it a lot. All right, let's get that other guy running here just for a little contrast and a little interest. This little blue marks is really cool. If you guys haven't seen this before, you're gonna enjoy this. All right, there he goes. All right, Oh, and I connected my bell. All right, I'm going to be quiet for a minute. I'm going to let these guys run around for just a minute, and then we'll drop it to the ground to the shots that you guys seem to like. Alright guys, that's probably enough of this view. You may notice that the marks abruptly reversed there. I guess it lost contact with the track there. It's right there where that power connection ties in, so I may have a loose wire there actually. In any case, let's drop it to the ground. Let's see what's up. Okay, so who was paying attention? Did you notice that the marks changed colors somewhere in the video? What happened is that I shot the video before in its entirety, and unfortunately I forgot to cut the microphone, so there was zero sound, but there was no sense in wasting the video, so I just incorporated it into the where we run them both together, because there, other than the music, there is no actual sound for that. So because the sound didn't record on the one where we do the two together with the black locomotive, I used the soundtrack that would have been from what you see now. So if that makes sense at all. So if the sounds don't match what you saw, that's why. So all right, well, all right, guys. I guess it's come time in the video that I say that if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed making this video, even though it was a little bit of a hassle with the no sound part and having to do it twice. Although I love making the video, so I don't mind doing it 2, 3, 10, 20, 40, whatever times. So all right, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys, your camaraderie, your friendship. We certainly appreciate you viewing the videos and giving us your suggestions, your feedback, whatever. If you're not yet a subscriber, well, push that subscribe button. We're always doing something like this, so if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy more to come. Always doing something like this. I tend to be showing things that are a little bit different than I've seen on other channels. I mean, not crazy different, but I mean, I don't think you're going to see another Blue Marks anytime soon, unless whoever painted this one made more than one. I hope so, actually, because it's really nice. Anyway, I think this is about it for this video. I'm going to say this is about it for now. I'm going to let these trains run around just a few more times, and then we're going to call it. Maybe I'll slip in some of the other final footage with the black locomotive. That would be kind of fun. All right, everybody. I think this is about it. GGS Railways out.